Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, we're going to talk about why you might be feeling angry and irritated all the time for no apparent reason. And I think this is such an important topic because so many people struggle with this constant irritability and they don't understand where it's coming from or why they can't seem to control it. So if you've been feeling angry and irritated for no reason, or if you feel like you're constantly on edge and everything annoys you, stick with me because this video is going to help you understand what's really happening. Because I'm going to break down the real reasons why you might be feeling this way, and I promise you there's always a reason even when it feels like there isn't one. The first reason you might be feeling angry and irritated all the time is that you're emotionally exhausted and your nervous system is completely overwhelmed and running on empty. When you're emotionally exhausted, your capacity to handle stress becomes almost non-existent, which means things that wouldn't normally bother you suddenly feel unbearable and trigger intense irritation or anger. This happens because your brain is in survival mode. It's using all of its energy just to keep you functioning, and it doesn't have any resources left to regulate your emotions or respond to situations calmly. And here's the thing, emotional exhaustion doesn't always come from one big thing. It often comes from months or years of chronic stress, unprocessed emotions, and never giving yourself time to rest and recover. When you're in this state, everything feels harder, everyone feels annoying, and you have no patience left because your system is literally depleted and needs rest that you're probably not giving it. If you're constantly angry and irritated, the first question you need to ask yourself is when was the last time you actually rested, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. The second reason you might be feeling angry and irritated all the time is that you have unmet needs that you're not acknowledging or communicating, and the frustration is building up inside you. When your needs aren't being met, whether it's the need for rest, connection, autonomy, respect, or something else, your body starts sending you signals through irritability and anger to let you know something is wrong. But most people ignore these signals. They push through, they tell themselves they're fine, and they don't take the time to figure out what they actually need or how to get those needs met. And here's what happens. The longer you ignore your needs, the more irritable you become because your body is trying harder and harder to get your attention and make you do something about the situation. The anger and irritation aren't random. They're your body's way of saying something is wrong here, something needs to change, and you need to pay attention to what I'm trying to tell you. If you're constantly irritated, start asking yourself what you need that you're not getting, and be honest with yourself about what's missing in your life right now. The third reason you might be feeling angry and irritated all the time is that you're suppressing other emotions, and anger is the only emotion you're allowing yourself to feel or express. A lot of people, especially those who grew up in environments where certain emotions weren't acceptable, learn to convert all of their feelings into anger because it feels safer or more acceptable than vulnerability. So when you're actually feeling hurt, disappointed, scared, or sad, your brain automatically converts those feelings into anger because that's the emotional pathway that feels most familiar and least threatening to you. And here's the problem. When you suppress your real emotions and only express anger, you never actually process what you're feeling, which means the emotions stay stuck in your body and keep coming out as irritability. The anger becomes a catch-all emotion for everything you're not allowing yourself to feel, and that's why you feel angry all the time even when you can't identify a specific reason for it. If this resonates with you, you need to start getting curious about what's underneath the anger. What are you really feeling that you're not allowing yourself to acknowledge or express to yourself or others? The fourth reason you might be feeling angry and irritated all the time is that you have poor boundaries and you're constantly doing things you don't want to do or tolerating things that don't feel right. When you don't have strong boundaries, you end up saying yes when you want to say no, you let people treat you in ways that don't feel good, and you sacrifice your own needs to keep other people happy. And every time you do this, resentment builds up inside you, and that resentment eventually comes out as irritability and anger toward the people around you, even when they haven't done anything wrong in that specific moment. Here's the thing, the anger isn't really about them, it's about you not honoring yourself, not speaking up for what you need, and not protecting your own energy and well-being with clear boundaries. When you're constantly angry and irritated, it's often a sign that you're living out of alignment with your values, that you're tolerating things you shouldn't be tolerating, and that you need to start setting boundaries. If you want the irritability to go away, you need to start saying no to things that drain you, speaking up when something doesn't feel right, and prioritizing your own needs instead of always putting everyone else first. The fifth reason you might be feeling angry and irritated all the time is that you're not taking care of your physical health, and your body is sending you signals through mood changes and irritability. Things like poor sleep, bad nutrition, lack of movement, dehydration, and hormonal imbalances can all cause chronic irritability and anger because they affect your brain chemistry and your nervous system's ability to regulate emotions. When your body isn't getting what it needs physically, your emotional regulation suffers, and you become more reactive, more irritable, and less able to handle stress or frustration in a calm way. And here's what a lot of people don't realize. Sometimes the anger and irritation aren't about your life circumstances at all. They're about your body being out of balance and needing basic physical care. If you're constantly angry and you've ruled out the emotional reasons, it's worth looking at your physical health. Are you sleeping enough? Are you eating well? Are you moving your body? Are you drinking enough water? Sometimes the solution to chronic irritability is as simple as getting more sleep, eating better, moving your body regularly, and making sure your physical needs are being met consistently. Now, I want to be clear here, if you're struggling with constant anger and irritability, it's important to take it seriously and not just dismiss it as a personality trait or something you have to live with. Chronic anger and irritability are signs that something needs to change, whether it's your stress levels, your boundaries, your emotional processing, or your physical health, and ignoring it will only make it worse over time. The good news is that once you understand what's causing the anger and irritability, you can start making changes that will help you feel more calm, more balanced, and more like yourself again. So that's all I have for this one. If you found this helpful or if it resonated with you, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let me know in the comments, do you struggle with constant irritability? And if so, which of these reasons resonated with you most? I'd love to hear your experiences and what's helped you. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.